What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Hang on a second. Let me get a little bit more comfortable. I'm in the jacuzzi. So, let me relocate. There we go. Now, what's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some new news concerning Filip Hrgovic. And Filip Hrgovic said some interesting things he has put on his social media, and this is what he had to say. He said, quote, "I'm careful not to learn too much and become something that I'm not. I think that happened to Anthony Joshua. He was a beast, a knockout artist. Then he started to box too much and overthink." Filip Hrgovic on Anthony Joshua. And let me counterpunch. I think for some people, though, I think you have to learn what's best for you versus what you've learned versus what you can use. If you can't use it, that means it's not for you. And it's a case-by-case basis. I think Joshua is trying too much to be a style bender because he was in there with one sophisticated mofo, okay? Alexander Usyk is one of those guys where it's one thing to fight him and get beat by him once, but it's another thing to fight him and get beat by him twice. And sometimes a fighter is just more skilled than you. And unfortunately for Joshua tried to learn the knowledge and then apply it in a short amount of time. He didn't have that type of time to sit there and learn a whole new style and learn how to do a certain or particular things in a fight, which he hasn't practiced, and it's hard to do that on the fly. He likes to learn, and I think he is a historian and a big fan of learning new things, but I think him learning certain things that he already knows or the things that he knows he should be using, like his strength, the aggression, applying pressure. I think he should learn that instead of trying to be a Floyd Mayweather. And I say that because of this. Do you guys remember in the UK in 2020 when he defended his belts against Kubrat Pulev, which was the mandatory on the IBF end? And you notice he was trying to do too much instead of being himself. You know, yes, he had a beautiful pull counter. He actually pulled it off. It was very impressive to see a big guy like that snap back and shoot that right and catch Pulev right in the face, right? It was impressive to see. But not everybody's Pulev. Not everybody's 38 or 39 years old. Sometimes you're not going to be able to do that. Sometimes you can try to be too cutesy. Sometimes you can try to be too perfect. And in that case, if you're trying too hard to be perfect, you're going to end up hesitant. You're going to end up doing stuff or waiting too long to do a particular thing that you already knew you could have done versus something that you're planning to do based on some new thing that you've learned. See, AJ should have fought. If he would have fought, which is kind of shitty to say, but if he would have attacked, let's put it that way. If he would have attacked Alexander Usyk more, that would have been a totally different fight. Because it's not like he wasn't able to hit Usyk. It was just he wasn't able to take Usyk out with the punches that he was throwing. He wasn't able to do enough of it. You know, and if that's the case, I think he should be comfortable with, listen, I could have beat Usyk if I only applied more pressure and I only attacked him more without regret. Okay, without that hesitancy that you seen. He was just trying too much to be systematic against a guy that's the master of systematic because he knows the ins and outs. He knows boxing game. He knows what he's doing. But see, Alexander Usyk didn't hesitate at all. He didn't wait to throw a shot. He didn't wait to be too hesitant to throw a punch. And as a matter of fact, though, while we're digging in AJ's ass, Lennox Lewis was notorious for that too. A lot of people forget that because all we remember with Lennox Lewis as him avenging his losses is him knocking out Hasim Rahman and Tyson and beating the shit out of Tua and, you know, busting Vitali's eye open and all that stuff. We remember those things, but we don't remember that Lennox that used to just sit there and just jab all day without shooting the right hand. Okay, that was that Lennox that you're like, yo, when are you going to throw the right hand? See, sometimes you can try too much to be perfect, and you can try to over-critique yourself, and you end up like that. Now, Anthony Joshua, people know the difference. This is what Joshua should do. Joshua should go back and watch his own damn fights. Go back and watch his own fights to see how he did it. But most importantly, we have to remember Anthony Joshua was in there with one of the best fighters in the world. It's not that easy. You can say that shit, what you'll do to Floyd Mayweather until you're in there with Floyd Mayweather. And I'm using Mayweather again as for another example that it's about who you're fighting. See, he was fighting Klitschko. Klitschko don't move like Alexander Usyk does. He doesn't have those type of movements. He's not that type of fighter. He's a taller fighter. He's bigger. He's a bigger object to hit. You know, he's not small or shorter than AJ. AJ has to angle himself down and target down below. You know, his eye structure is, you know what I mean? His eye position. So you seen AJ trying to crouch down a lot, trying to get low. He did that same shit with Andy Ruiz as well. So him saying, I won't forget what I have to do. Well, I hope not. Because Zhang, you know, was able to catch him, and he hurt him every time he would unload. And if Zhang was younger, he would have got Hrgovic out of there. It's just Zhang, I think, now is a 6-round fighter. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the gas tank. He's older. The T levels have dropped tremendously for Zhilei Zhang. He's a banger, though, no doubt. But, you know, we've seen the holes with Filip Hrgovic, and we could surely see him going in there with somebody with heavy hands and getting him out of there with the right type of finishing ability. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Filip Hrgovic stating that Anthony Joshua is trying to be something that he's not, and he won't be like him. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!